Yeah, we started Constructor to help commercial contractors and facilities and maintenance companies identify new customers to bring into their space. And it can be a very niche target that a lot of traditional lead generation services don't offer or don't really understand the space that they're in. So we try to target those guys because our team is trained up in those areas, and it's been really successful so far. We have two levels of service depending on where your company is at. So we offer our lead generation service, and in lead gen, our team would identify those niche markets in your vertical, and then we would pass those off to your sales team if you have the inside sales support that could follow up on those leads. The second level of service we have is our outsourced prospecting, and we call it OP. And OP has us take those leads a little further down the sales funnel. Our guys would call and really find out more information and get it up to that quote ready opportunity for your company, and we'd pass those off to you and let you put pen to paper. Yeah, so with lead gen, first thing we want to know is exactly whom it is you're trying to identify, right? So we have a very robust database, and we can go in and slice up that database in a lot of different and creative ways, but we're going to identify your target market, your ideal customer, and then we're going to go out and find those guys, and we're going to get to every one of them in terms of making contact. Once we identify them, we'll categorize them based on their level of interest, and the hot leads would go to you. Maybe long-term follow-up we would take care of and stay on those guys until we can convert them into opportunities for you. But all of the data that we use, there's no wasted data. So we clean up any of the data that maybe isn't relevant. But what we're really trying to do is get specific in only targeting data that applies to your company. So with outsourced prospecting, that's everything that lead generation offers. But we let our salespeople take it a little further down the sales funnel. Our team would call and qualify the customer and start to get really specific about the opportunity. That way, your company wouldn't have to. Our guys would do that, and by the time we pass it off to you, it would be a quote-ready opportunity. We ask a lot of qualifying questions. We don't try to oversell our service if we don't feel it's relevant for you. And so oftentimes our lead generation service is so robust that we can kind of flood you with opportunity. And if you're not prepared to follow up on those opportunities adequately, then you're not really getting the full value out of our service. And so we certainly don't want that to happen. But I think once we meet with your company and really start to get granular on the details, it'll become pretty evident pretty quickly what service is right for you. The way that we identify the customers is to really find out who your ideal customer is. And so we would be turning off, let's call it filters that don't apply to your company. And we're going to narrow in on that sweet spot of people that you'd like to target. And sometimes companies aren't aware of potential vertical avenues that they would want to target, or they've thought, at some point it'd be really nice to go in a different direction and maybe there's opportunity there. Our company has the ability, again, because of the power of our outreach and the volume that we do, it's a really quality tool in the hands of a qualified operator with Constructur, and we have the opportunity to help you kind of flesh out all those potential opportunities. But what we're really trying to do is eliminate opportunities or avenues that don't pertain to your business, because that's really just a waste of both of our time. Yeah, so I would say our outreach can be broad, but that's not our intention. Our intention is to serve the niche markets and really get specific on who your vertical targets are, because that's where you're making the most money. So what we like to say is that because of the power of our outreach and the number of opportunities that can present themselves, it really gives you the opportunity to be choosy about which work you choose to take on, because that's where you're really able to grow.